Okay. So, so the other day, I went to the doctor because Kat was writing me really hard about it, and I basically did it so I could say, because I was figuring it was a urinary tract infection or something, and the nurse came up to me after a CAT scan and blood work and told me that I had that my um, that I had an acute appendix, and so it turns out that Kat's worry was a legit fear, and I went into the doctor and I went in and they told me, they go, well, it's an appendix, we'll take it out. And they went in, and when they did, they found out that not only was my appendix inflamed, but they also had to remove a portion of my intestine because it was tearing. It was torn, and they removed the appendix. They removed part of my intestine, and they took part of my lymph nodes lymph nodes, I guess is what they're called, to see if it was, well, cancerous. I won't know that for a couple of days. Thank you for all the prayer chains and stuff that everybody started. It was supposed to take me over a week to actually get to this point. Well, they're guesstimating 2 weeks to a month. But I did it in 5 days thanks to you guys and your prayers. And I wanted to let you know that, I'm up and about, even though they, basically had to make my intestines smaller and get rid of the appendix. I've got a huge scar across my stomach with staples. They're taking those out the 15th. They've got me on a lot of antibiotics and pain medicine. I'm not going to really mess with the hardcore medicine that they gave me because I don't like the way it feels. But I was unconscious pretty much for 2 days straight. They took me directly into surgery it was about 9 o'clock in the morning, Sunday morning, and put me out. And when I came to, Kat and Matt were there for me. I owe them so much. But they helped me through it. And everybody that, did the prayer chain and had me in their heart, I appreciate you guys for having me there. I still am terrified. I'm scared. They injected me with several things, anticoagulants. They kept intravenously feeding me antibiotics. I had a stent in my stomach that they pulled out today so I could go home because, I want to be a part of my family, And, I understand that with the way it was with the rectum that was, the intestine, colon that was tore up, and them having to take part of it off and put it back on. And with the appendix, that it was basically a roadmap to, I don't know how much longer I would have survived. I mean, I probably would have died. Um, but I gotten to this point so far, and I attribute that to you guys and your help with, praying for me and keeping me in your hearts. I appreciate that a lot. Um, to my kids and Kat's mom and my friends, I'm really sorry for scaring the hell out of you. I did mean to. I thought that this was, well, the problem is that I'm so tough that I just don't realize when I'm in pain a lot. I mean, I stopped eating. Today's the first day I've eaten in altogether about 6 days. They wouldn't even let me have anything but ice chips for like 5 days after the surgery. It scares the hell out of me. I'm not used to being this weak and vulnerable. I'm used to being the one that, helps everybody else out. I'm not supposed to be this weak. This isn't supposed to happen. My life has always been dedicated to helping others and helping people get through this. And I hate to say it, I feel shame for having others worry about me. I mean, yeah, I know I almost died, but freaking, I don't want other people troubling themselves, and taking parts of their life out just to help me. Like I said, I was brought up not to feel like I'm worth that, and I'm scared. I woke up 2 days. The surgery scared the hell out of me. The the not being able to help others because I was too damaged. I probably failed to help people in the time that I was just being too proud to get things done for myself. I always tell people to stand strong, and, that life will see you through. And I almost died because of my own pride and arrogance. And I would have hurt people worse if I did. I wouldn't have been able to help people through things. I sat in there and I was just so scared and so. If it wasn't for Kat and Matt and Charlie and Patty showing up, I would have felt so alone. There were times I did. I felt really alone. But, I pushed myself to get to this level because of the fact that I wanted to be a part of my family. I wanted to be here with them. So I pushed myself to be able to stand again, to sit down, to move, to walk. I pushed myself to do all that because I couldn't let my family be without me. They don't understand. I don't know if they understand how much I love them, but I love them so much. I was raised being told that nobody will ever care about me, and that's why I push myself so hard to show others that they can be cared about. And it almost cost them me, the one person that helps them and guides them. I'm really hoping that what they pulled isn't cancerous. I mean, I know my world's small, but I love everybody in it. I'm pushing myself to walk and stuff because it needs to be done. Tomorrow I'm going to have to use the cart, the little motor carts to get around. I spent 5 days with them injecting anticoagulants so that my stomach could drain, because when they had to reattach my intestines, it caused, basically pus from, the trauma. I mean, looking at my picture of my stomach, it looks like a fucking autopsy picture. To everybody that's out there that supports me, thank you so much, and I'm so sorry I scared you. But if it wasn't for Kat being so freaking just on me about going to the doctor, there's a chance I wouldn't be here right now. They gave me meds that scared the hell out of me. They used morphine and Dilantin, and I could barely talk. Kat would come to visit, and I would be, pretty much unconscious within a matter of minutes. I'm just so embarrassed over how prideful I was. Plus, I've got Kat's birthday coming up that I've got to make sure that she gets something good for it. I've got my kids that, the kids that do look up to me, whether they're mine genetically or, kids that, I picked up along life's journey. I've got to look out for them and make sure they're okay. I can't go yet. I just can't go right now. I need to be here for those people. But I was letting you know that, I'm able to digest food and stuff, so, the doctor was worried that my colon would stop responding, because when she was, rooting through it looking for the bad parts, she said that they stopped responding, so it took a couple of days for them to get back in order. And I think that was because of you guys and, the way that you were, hoping that I got better. And I can't say how much that means to me. Because if I'm not here, I can't help. And I'm 45 years old, I shouldn't be dead anyway. But I'm going to get off here because I'm starting to wear myself down. I'm getting a little too emotional, and it's starting to have me shaky. But thank you so much for all of your support. And if you could, just pray that it's not cancerous. I've got too many people to help. I need to keep going. And I need to stop being prideful and letting things almost kill me. This is Dorian signing from Dorian's World, signing off. Thank you. And take care of each other. I love you all.